The Man in the Window. A terrifying true horror story. Chapter 1. A new beginning, a dark secret. Lena was excited to start fresh. Moving into her grandmother's old house in the countryside was supposed to be peaceful. It was a quaint, two-story home with wooden floors that creaked under her every step. The house had been in her family for generations, but no one had lived there for years after her grandmother passed away. The first few days were quiet. Too quiet. Lena brushed off the strange stillness, blaming it on her mind adjusting to the loneliness. But then, small things started happening. The old rocking chair in the corner would be slightly swaying when she woke up. The attic door, which she was sure she had locked, would be ajar in the morning. And then there was the window. Chapter 2. The Shadow in the Window. There was a large window in the living room that overlooked the backyard. It was her favorite spot, where she often sat with her coffee. One night, as she was watching the rain pour outside, she felt a sudden chill. The air felt wrong. That's when she saw it. A dark figure, standing in the window. Her heart stopped. The figure didn't move. It didn't wave or knock. It just stood there, motionless, staring. Lena gasped and turned on all the lights. But when she looked back, it was gone. She convinced herself it was a trick of the rain, a shadow cast by the trees. But deep down, she knew better. Chapter 3. The Whispering Nights. The real terror began that night. Lena awoke at 3:12 a.m. to the sound of whispers, soft, hushed voices coming from the hallway. She held her breath, trying to make sense of it. The house was empty. The doors were locked. Then she heard it, a knock on her bedroom door. Knock, knock, knock. It wasn't loud. It was slow, deliberate, as if whoever was on the other side wanted her to know they were there. She grabbed her phone, turned on the flashlight, and slowly walked toward the door. She swung it open. Nothing. But the moment she stepped out, she saw it again. A reflection in the hallway mirror. A tall, shadowy man. No face, just darkness. Standing right behind her. She screamed, turned, and nothing was there. Chapter 4. The Hidden Truth. The next morning, she was done pretending everything was normal. She went to the town's library, searching for any history on the house. What she found made her blood run cold. Years ago, before her grandmother moved in, the house belonged to a man named Harold Green. He was a recluse, rarely seen outside. But what the records didn't say, the town's elder did. Harold had a habit, the librarian whispered. He liked to watch people, from their windows. Lena's stomach churned. They say he never left the house, the librarian continued. And that when he died, his spirit stayed, watching, waiting. Lena didn't want to believe it, but she knew. She had seen him. Chapter 5. The Final Night. That night, she decided to leave. Enough was enough. She packed her bags, keeping every light in the house on. But as she was about to step outside, her phone died. Every light in the house flickered. And then, the worst sound imaginable. A deep, rasping breath, right behind her. Lena froze. She turned her head slowly. The mirror in front of her revealed what she dreaded the most. The man in the window was now inside the house. She didn't think. She didn't hesitate. She ran, out the door, into her car. She never looked back. The next day, she sent movers to collect her things. They refused to enter the house alone, and in the dust-covered window of the living room, they all swore they saw it. A shadowy figure, standing there, watching. The house still stands, and so does he. Lena never went back. The house remains empty, but some nights, passers-by claim they see movement in the window. A dark figure, watching, waiting. Would you dare to spend a night there?